Okay, this is a... Oh, how did I get rid of that? Sorry about that. This is an in-house that some of my friends are doing. I know, in real life, I know Carl and Jay. And Garrett is an E-friend, but met him through Carl. Amber, we know through some mutual friends from Purdue University. And I don't know anybody else on the opposing team, but they know each other. So I'm just going to kind of be doing this. I mean, it's an in-house. It's the first time I've ever shoutcasted anything, so it's probably going to be very, very interesting and very, very rusty. So we'll see how this goes. As you can see, Amber is not 30, she's 17, so she's still learning a lot about the game. She only has a Soraka page, and then she doesn't even know. Move speed, ability power, yeah. Okay, so she's got some random shenanigans going on here. What's her Soraka page look like? Let's see. Oh, goodness, that was very, very quick. Why won't this load? Oh my gosh. This thing is killing me. I'm going to tell them that I'm moving down. Hey, by the way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and move down, just so you know. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do some stuff. I know Carl. Let's see what runes he's running. Armor pen, armor, flat MR, flat AD, 822, that's very interesting. Normally you see 921 or 219, so that's a little different. I don't know Trib that well. Recently started playing with him. I actually didn't know he was 30. I thought he was lower than that for some reason. Running a test AD page with just flat everything. Nope, nope, nope. I take that back. I lied to you. MR, armor, and then MR per level. Mastery, I'm guessing 2109. That's interesting. Was not expecting that. And if you went to that tree with 9, I'm surprised you didn't pick that up for the red buff extension. Zypher. Been playing with this kid for a while. 100% Ramus wins. That's kind of funny. Plays the best cannon out of anybody I know, probably. I actually learned something here. I tried playing Kennen earlier today, and my mastery page did not look anything like that. And that is more or less what I was expecting from a Kennen page. So a lot of just deal all the damage in the world. Garrett's Nocturne is probably the best Nocturne I personally know. Attack speed, armor, MR per level, and move speed. So his jungle page looks like my jungle page for sure. 21.9. I'm not at all surprised to see that. That's very interesting. Alright, very good. Opposing team, running Kennen. Who are you? Okay, who are you? Pint-sized ninja. Just a lot of random shenanigans going on here. I wonder how tested that is. Likes to run full utility on Kennen. Who else do we care about? This kid. You. Yeah, you. Jungler 921. Not at all surprised by that. Attack speed, move speed. Magic resist armor. Flat there. That's a little odd to me, so yeah. We'll see how this goes. Some of the things that I'm expecting to see, it would, once this loads, it would not surprise me if, let me make sure that this is actually set up correctly. No, it is not. My apologies. Let me get this set up for you guys. There we go. It would not surprise me if we for lanes end up seeing Kennen versus Kennen, which would be super lame sauce. Carl's going to be going up against an Udyr top. Both of them are very offensive-minded with the Ignite. Kennen versus Kennen looks like pretty much a mirror match. Zypher is going to be rocking Kennen ND skin, first of all. Is going to probably be doing more damage initially, but their Kennen is going to have a bit more utility. Their Soraka, I think, is an actual honest-to-God 30, whereas Amber is not. So that's going to kind of be putting bot lane at a disadvantage. I'm not sure, I can't remember if I have ever seen Trib run Ashe. It's going to be very difficult in team fights, I feel, because they have zero peel. Nocturne's going to be getting all up on EZ's business, probably, which means Mundo and Udyr are going to be pretty much free to just bum rush Trib. So I expect team fights to be really difficult there. Soraka's playing on a freaking light bright, apparently, so there's always that, which may be an advantage for Team Purple. Nocturne, I'm expecting good things unless Mundo decides to counter early and try and catch him out in the jungle, which is very possible, having taken that exhaust. Or he may just decide to save that exhaust to give one of the lanes a significant advantage right off the start. Everybody except for Carl is running Flash, and everybody on blue team is running Flash except for that Soraka, which means I have a feeling Garrett's probably going to camp that shiz. And honestly, I don't think I necessarily blame him. That sounds like a great idea to me. So hopefully here in just a second the game will load. Thank you for joining me in my first ever Shoutcast. I'm actually kind of excited to do this because this is something I have wanted to experiment with for a while, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. Oh, come on, Soraka. Oh, skin warfare. Tied. I'm really surprised Garrett does not have a skin for Nocturne. But I have to say that is my least favorite Soraka skin. I like her basic skin better than that. I don't think Udyr has any good skins. That is my favorite EZ skin. And that is definitely my favorite Ashe skin, and probably my second favorite Kennen skin. And I'm fairly apathetic toward Ren skins. So I would give skin advantage to Purple Team, just because I think Kennen ND is hilarious, and I think that Ashe skin looks amazing. Whereas I kind of pretty much only like the EZ skin on the top. Oh, them Ignites for Purple Team, and that utility for Blue Team. All the heals in the world bot lane. Soraka has 1, 2, 3 heals, plus silence, plus mana. EZ has a heal, whereas on the flip side, we have Soraka rocking 1, 2, 3 heals. So here we go. I have never, ever experimented with this, so I have no idea what to expect. Oops, sorry. Okay, very good. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I need to minimize that on my other screen. Oh, Carl. Starts already. So here we go, looking at starting gear. Soraka playing that super safe for the Purple Team. Ooh. Oh, okay. This is going to be me messing around with the client. Can I walk into your screen? Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, so we've got a level 1 invade going on here by Blue Team, who right out the gate we're seeing Durance for maximum damage and survivability in lane from the EZ. They're going to find Carl here in just a second, which is going to be really bad for Carl. He better be paying attention. He's not paying attention. Yeah, he's probably screwed right out the start. Interesting. Had the ghost. That could have been a lot worse. So a summoner trade there. Who all use summoners? Flash on Udyr, Clairvoyance on Soraka, but you kind of expect that. Exhaust, Flash, so we've got like 3 important, what I would consider key summoners. CV is meant to be used in that way over there, whereas only Karl's Ghost was used for purple team, and no damage was done to the jungle itself, so I feel like blue wasted a lot of resources there without a whole lot to show for it. Kudos to purple for coming out in the lead there. Ken's the one who's actually started CSing in lane. I have a feeling my sensitivity is going to be way high to actually do this, so I'm probably going to be using the minimap a lot to scroll around just to kind of keep an eye on things. Initial gear is kind of telling me top lane is going to be a farm fest both sides. Karl will probably try and apply some early pressure. Probably get a gank here. Oh, there's this counter jungle that I was expecting, and they're going to find Garrett, which is going to suck real bad for Garrett. There it is. Bam. There is the Udyr. Do we have a cleaver coming up? Bam. Yep. First blood. Wow. Good pickup, Garrett. Unfortunately, double buff to Udyr, which is going to really suck for Renekton unless he can find this Udyr. Oh no. Udyr is actually being smart here. That is unfortunate for purple. That ward. Wards save lives, kids. Wards save lives. So now Karl knows where this Udyr is, and this Udyr is getting out of dodge. Whereas bot lane, anything going on down here, looks like it's going to harass both ways. CS-wise, Easy is one ahead, like fairly inconsequential in the grand scope of things. Udyr missed out on some CS top, so Karl is actually only 3 ahead. But that double buff is going to suck really bad for Karl. Garrett is managing to do pretty well with that first blood gold, and Udyr hasn't been able to go back to buy, so that kind of hurt the Mundo a bit. That invade did not go as well as they were hoping, considering it was 2v1. Garrett played that really well, picking up the kill that he did. I need to pay attention to my sidebars here. I just noticed that the Ashe was flashing red there. So, bot lane is probably what I know the best. It's bot lane and jungle that I play most of the time. Soraka just took some serious damage there, and we've got Renekton going in for the kill on Udyr with the help from Garrett. So that was very, very good by those two. I have no idea whose CV that was just used. I'm guessing... Okay, no CV over here, so any CV I see is automatically yeah poopers. Bot lane is having some problems, sort of. Getting out CS'd, kind of. But Ashe has the mobility. Trib just needs to keep his head about him. And he'll probably be alright. Karl doing that double buff thing. Don't even get the double buff for that, but now that he has the buff, he's feeling very good about this lane, I imagine. So that was a phenomenal gank by Garrett to pick that up. I have a feeling that Udyr probably overextended at the wrong time without a ward. That's kind of put them at a good advantage. If you look at the gold, that's probably first blood and 1 kill. Yeah, so pretty much even on across the board with that CS. The Kennen trades, looks like it's going a little bit in the advantage of purple here. Whereas we may very well have some action soon here. At bot lane, Mundo's just clearing his jungle. Blue is trying to find that. Trying to find that Nocturne. Oh, this is about to maybe be really bad. Nope. She went around the smart way. And Nocturne's wasting a lot of time here with not much to show for it. Zypher needs to be careful because there's Mundo in the neighborhood. And if he feels he has an advantage, he is going to push that. And it looks like he was getting some pretty decent harass down there. Garrett still sitting, waiting for this lane to do something, and here comes Mundo. So this is about to be a 3v3 full of some shenanigans. And that was almost a good pickup on that. Soraka just couldn't quite finish the damage. Oh no, that's potentially going to be somebody going down. Man, they keep getting away from these ganks, which is very good for them. Udyr has gone back to buy more recently. Actually, no, it looks like they're about the same. Still going back and forth. Carl's going to lose this trade because there are a ton of minions around. Even if he's ult baiting, that was not good by him. Oh, Udyr wasting that flash. Very interesting. Looking for each other. I don't know Renekton very well. I'm surprised the Udyr did not poop on him, but I'm now not going to be surprised if Carl manages to pick this up somehow. Oh, barely missing that. Not slice and dice, whatever the AoE move is. Garrett is now 6, so we're going to start seeing some of those nasty ganks, and he just got his wriggles. Of course, I would be mid talking about the jungler when Carl finally finishes that kill off. So we have that. Bot lane 3-man push. Looks like people got out unscathed, but that's going to be a lot of lost CS for Ashe, who was already 14 down, by the way. So I guess, you know, if you get camped by the jungler, or the jungle camps your lane, you should win. And they might try and go for an early turret, which I question whether or not that would be a good use of their time. Mid lane, Zypher is going on this Kennen, who that was very good for Zypher. He got the flash out, but he did use his ult, whereas I don't know if the opposing Kennen did. Nope, slicing Maelstrom for Kennen. Blue Kennen is, I feel like I'm casting a Street Fighter game now, Blue Kennen. Advantage kind of to Blue Kennen right there, I think, because his flash is down, but he did not use his ult. But he's going to need to make something happen before Zypher's ult comes back off of cooldown, which he's only got about a minute leeway by now, I'd say. Ashe's arrow is down. I did not see what happened there. Maybe that's what caused the cannon. Uh-oh, Zypher's... Oh! No procs! No procs! Nice flash. Keeping it safe. So that was escaping a gank very well there. Top lane we've got the Hex Drinker finish for Renekton, whereas Udyr is just kind of sitting on some armor and some sustain, so no finished items yet. Zypher's going home. Let's see what he picks up. He is currently winning his lane by 11 CS. He outright buys that Hex Tech and picks up that Null Magic Mantle. I think those were both very good purchases. Really countering his lane there. And we have oh, that exhaust on the Stardusty. She sometimes has problems escaping these, and now is no exception. So good pickup there by Blue Team. This is what happens when you don't ward your Tribe Rush right here. That Mundo just came right down through here, if I recall correctly. Didn't go through that ward, and they were hella pushed. So they just got wrecked right there. We'll see if anything happens here. Looks like they're trying to bait one side or the other. If they pinchered this, that Blue would be in some trouble, but Carl getting kills, and I'm not paying attention to my sidebars here. I was too busy looking at the movements around here to see if Purple could take advantage of that. Carl's going to snowball this lane now. He's 3 kills to 0. I'm sorry, 3 kills to 1. That's right, Udyr picked up Nocturne at the very beginning of the match. But I don't know how much gold he has. More specifically, I don't know how much a Maul is. How do I get back? There we go. Blue turret goes down, so that would be Carl. Slicing Maelstrom. Taking loads of damage. Oh, tanked that turret a bit too long there. Which, if you look at the Kennen builds, they're very similar. Zypher was actually able to pick up that no magic mantle, which is probably why he was trading better until he tried to go for the dive. So maybe got just a little greedy. I didn't see everything that happened there. So Carl's probably going to be refreshing the sword. Oh, I don't see ward timers. So that's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. That is a blue ward. I'm getting this completely wrong. So they know that this is happening. But only Udyr is reacting. And he can't take on a level 10 Renekton on his own, even if Renekton has some damage. So this is very interesting. Let's see who actually picks this up. That would be Carl, and he needs to get out of there because now there are two of them. Uh-oh. Yep, there it goes. So got a little greedy there with that blue steel. Didn't have any wards over here. To kind of watch out. I don't know if Zypher was keeping called up on mid, but once that Zypher went MIA, that should have been all bets are off, ghosting to get into GTFO, if you will. Now Nocturne's going to try and make something happen here. Oh, that's going to be all kinds of uncomfortable. Heal from Soraka was not quite enough. EZ was going to ult in, trying to pick up the kill, so it's kind of starting to fall apart a little bit for purple team here. Tried to get too greedy with their advantage. Carl was counter jungling and got caught, and then ganks in mid. Tried to go for Mundo, which we all know that doesn't always go according to plan because he pops that ult and suddenly his HP regen is through the roof. And I'm pretty sure that's precisely what just happened right there. So maybe a little bit of ult baited there. Got the pick up on Nocturne, whose ult is now up, so might try and make something happen bot, or he could just clear his jungle. He can keep taking the blue because Kennen doesn't really need it. The energy regen and the CDR is nice, but they might just decide to let Nocturne keep having it, so that he can keep up those really, really quick jungle clears. If you look at the CS of our junglers, put it on something more interesting here for you guys. Can I follow somebody? So can I do that? Okay, there we go. Oh, that's actually not a bad person to do that to. So here we go. Some real shenanigans going down bot lane. They're going to try and pick up that Ashe to no avail. So excellent pickup there. Great dodging by Trib. Excellent ult in by Garrett, and good heals and support by Amber. So that was very well done for purple team, and purple team's going to try and pick up the first dragon at the 14-minute mark. So there's just been a lot of ganks going on and a lot of kills early in this game, and people weren't really worried too much about map presence outside of the ganks. So Amber's going to help Garrett here, and Blue knows this is happening, but there's nothing they can do, so they'll get a timer there on Dragon. I won't be surprised if we see Garrett throw this out in chat, if I can actually see the chat, which I don't know if I can. Next Dragon will be up about the 20-45 minute mark. I didn't get an exact timer on that, but both teams have that timer. Here we have some counter jungling going on again. Double slicing Maelstroms, which is always funny to watch to me. Looks like, I'm not entirely sure how Carl got into that situation. Maybe he was chasing the Udyr, or maybe he was trying to counter jungle again. Very smart word there, as he is intentionally pushing his lane to this turret. He no longer really needs a ward here because the Mundo ganks are going to come straight across through this channel here instead of through river, so you want to move that ward from there to there. In about the next 4 minutes, we're probably going to start seeing Baron wards for both teams. Nocturne might pick up, depending on how farm he gets, might go ahead and try and pick up that Oracle. I'm surprised Mundo kind of hasn't done that already, although he is trying to be as tanky as possible with HP so that he can just tank the world, pop a ult, and have not a care about team fights. So, 97 to 51. So Carl hard winning his lane. Only reason why Udyr isn't chain dying at this point is that, oh, Carl loves that trick, just waiting in that brush for somebody, and he might actually get someone. Oh, that would have been very, very good. Zypher's continuing to push his lane. Looks like we've got a 4-man stack on bot. They'll probably just let them have bot turret, but take mid, and maybe even put some damage on the second mid turret. Yeah, Kennon's on his way back already. Had to use Lightning Surge to kind of close that distance a little bit. And there's that turret there, so they might try and pincher him here. Zypher's going to start stealing the race, which is all good. All good plans. With the 3-stack bot, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. This will give Trib an easier lane to farm, and probably take a little bit of pressure off of Amber, who just has her Philo Stone and does not even have boots yet. This does, however, mean that we're going to have a 4-man stack onto mid here, so that's probably going to be problematic, although now we've got the bot lane that's kind of just milling about. So while Ashe is able to get free farm bot, that's giving the alternate bot lane a chance to kind of roam. So here, and this is where we're starting to see a difference in the supports. Yeah, Pooper, who probably has some gold per 5 quints. That ult, it matters for naught, and it's going to be double kill. Sorry for missing that. Talking about supports, obviously I'm not very good at this. Carl, who I'm sure was saved by that Maw of Malmortius. I think that's kind of an OP item at the moment, but it does give the Bruiser meta something to do against the double AP meta, which can be heinous. Oh, that's a pop flash. That's really unfortunate. They're just going to be able to chase this down. What are you rocking there, buddy? Just damage, so no utility, no slows coming out here. Popping forward, there's that heal, there's that other heal. Good dodge, good arrow, and this is probably going to yield double kill for purple after that single kill pickup. So Garrett hunting down that oracles. So that Soraka, I don't even think cleared a single ward. So heals on Soraka, keeping Nocturne up. Not a whole lot Mundo can do about that. We've got Ninja Kennen coming down to do something about this, but Kennen MD hot on his trail. Kennen MD has finished Merc Treads into Woda and has already picked up that Blasting Wand. So he's going to be hitting harder. Oh, no, actually he's not. I did not see the Sword Treads. So, Blue Kennen is going to be hitting harder, but Purple Kennen not taking as much damage from that. And he is probably going to an Abyssal, so Blue Kennen is looking like he's going to be rocking the double aura. CS-wise, pretty significant advantage in overall gold here. They're setting up for the next dragon, which should be in the next like 20 seconds, I think. So good job. We've got some horde coverage here. Presence and awareness on the map is very good for purple team. Udyr's getting pushed around in this lane. I mean, he's got the tabby and he's got the wriggle, so he's trying to counter Renekton, but Renekton is just a lot more powerful right now. And we've got a 4-man stack going on Bone Splitter, who is actually got a lot of HP, so that's going to be a tall order for them to pick up. I just realized he has already finished his mallet, and he is picking up a Ruby Crystal, so he's very strong. And we had a lot of purple team coming down to support, so if they had stayed on Bone Splitter, they were going to be in the middle of a slicing maelstrom, and that Ashe would have pretty much been able to freely take advantage of this. Great ult by Garrett there. I'm not sure who picked up that dragon, unfortunately. But really cutting the vision down Very, very good idea. And they're just too tanky with that Soraka. Yeah, Pooper's going to be in some trouble here. This entire time, Renekton and Udyr are just kind of continuing their farm fest. Good pickup for Trib there, who doesn't desperately need the gold, but your Ashe getting kills is never a bad idea. And she's just going to return to lane. Trib going to finish farming up that IE, which probably already really close to. Yeah. Should have it about now, probably only 100 more gold. So we're going to finish that up. Nobody else has a significant chunk of change except for that Soraka. That Soraka needs to go by. Maybe some wards. Does she have boots yet? Yeah, she's got level 2 boots, so she's got dual GP per 5 item. So it made me pick up that Kindle gem to start moving towards her Shuralius. Or maybe some an Oracle for increased map. Really only a couple wards for blue and a couple wards for purple, but the wriggle on both sides kind of helping the supports out a little bit, giving some map awareness top and in forest, while the supports are still focusing kind of on these bot lane wards. How do I move this? There we go. We are all learning things here. So, very good. 7k gold lead is pretty significant. Anytime you're talking about a 20 to 25% D difference. Nice try trying to dodge that, but that did not go very well, and the cavalry has arrived. So that was good flash by Kennen. I like to ult then flash, so there's no lag. And this is going to be another Oracle's dropped for blue team. So good pickups by purple. It was looking a little weird there for a little bit. Dr. Mundo, oh, that's the GG. Very interesting. So here we go. That was my first Shoutcast. Good job to purple team picking that up. Take a look at the end screen here. If I get to see that, I'm not sure. I've never looked at this before, and people have been probably listening to this, laughing their butts off about how terrible I am at shoutcasting. So, final score was 17-6 in favor of purple. I think really one of the big stories of the game was that top lane. Udyr just got wrecked by Renekton, fed Renekton, who does have the advantage early in my opinion. Really shuts down that Udyr, and it didn't help that Udyr was going Tiger Stance, and so Carl building correctly to counter that with these two bad boas, really giving him some survivability versus that Udyr, and then the ult baits with that item are kind of ridiculous as well. The other story of the match, 2-4-3 for the jungle of blue, whereas Nocturne was 6-2 and 6. So Nocturne really having a very, very large presence in the lanes, as good as some of Dr. Mundo's ganks were, just not quite meeting the score of that, and then out CS'd across every lane, I believe. Yes, definitely. Yes. So every lane won, the jungle won. GG, 23-minute surrender, 24-minute surrender in favor of purple. So good job to both teams, and thank you very much for joining me for my first shot.